My name is Khilesh, and today I want to talk about something very important happening in the Dubai property market right now. Buyer sentiment has dropped, and when buyer sentiment drops, opportunities are created. Because of the ongoing conflict evolving Iran, we are seeing hesitation across Dubai and Abu Dhabi real estate markets. But here is the important part: prices are not dropping, and that is why where most people misunderstand the market. Most buyers assume geopolitical tension means property prices will fall, but that is not how Dubai real estate works. Dubai is still seeing strong population growth, limited villa supply, strong investor demand, and strong long-term fundamentals. So sellers are not under pressure. They are simply waiting because they know conflict is temporary, Dubai demand is structural, and investor confidence can return quickly. So instead of lowering prices, sellers wait 3 to 6 months. This creates fewer transactions, lower sentiment, but still stable prices. That is exactly what we are seeing today. So the real question becomes, where do actual deals come from? The answer is off-plan resale. This is where real opportunity exists right now, because in off-plan resale, sellers can be under pressure, and pressure creates discounts. Let me explain this simply. Off-plan resale means you buy a property from an investor, not directly from the developer. For example, let us say an investor bought a villa from Miras for 13 million dirhams. 2 years later, that investor wants to sell it for 15 million dirhams. That means there is the original 13 million dirham price plus a 2 million dirham premium plus 4% DLD plus 2% agency fee and VAT. Now, here is the important part. The original buyer may have already paid 60% of the original price, which is 7.8 million dirhams. So, if you want to buy that property today, you need to pay that 7.8 million plus the 2 million premium plus DLD and fees. That means the buyer may need roughly 10 to 8 million dirhams in cash upfront, and then still continue with the remaining installments, such as 5% later and 35% on handover. This is why off-plan resale is very cash heavy. Now, this is where the opportunity starts. If the seller cannot pay the next installment, the seller can face developer penalties, late payment fines, potential cancellation, and even the risk of losing a large part of the money already paid. That pressure forces the seller to price the unit below market value. This is where buyers can find real deals. And this is exactly why off-plan resale creates distress opportunities. These pressures usually do not exist in the ready market in the same way, because ready properties can often be mortgaged, rented out, or simply held for longer. Off-plan properties do not give the same flexibility, so the pressure builds faster. Now, across Dubai, there are many off-plan properties, but not every off-plan resale is a good deal. The fundamentals still matters the most. For me, the best opportunity are where you have limited supply, a strong community, a good developer, upcoming infrastructure, and a strong entry price. If those fundamentals are not there, then a discount alone does not make it a smart investment. The first community worth looking at is the Acres by Miras. This is a low-density villa community of around 1,200 standalone villas expected to complete between 2027 and 2028. It is positioned as one of the greenest community in Dubai after Al Barari, and it is being developed by Miras, a government-backed developer known for destinations like City Walk and Blue Waters. Prices here generally start from around 7 to 8 million dirhams and can go well beyond 30 million depending on the villa type, location and the plot size. What makes this interesting is the limited supply, the standalone villa concept and the strong lifestyle positioning. So, if you find the right off-plan resale here from a pressured seller, the fundamentals still support the deal. The second area is MR Oasis. This is MR's flagship luxury villa development centered around water, open space and low density. The total supply is expected to be capped at around 2,700 villas, which is very important because density directly affects long-term value. In Oasis, the density is around 322 homes per square kilometer, while some nearby villa communities are around 1,200 homes per square kilometer. That means Oasis is significantly less dense, which supports exclusivity and pricing over time. Entry prices are around 9 million dirhams and above, and the first handover are expected from 2027. With MR's brand, a strong master plan and low density luxury positioning, this is another community where off-plan resale can make sense if the seller is genuinely under pressure. The third community is Palm Jebel Ali, and this is one of the most exciting markets right now. Palm Jebel Ali is roughly twice the size of Palm Jumeirah and is made up of beachfront villas developed by Nakhi. What makes it specially interesting is the gap between current resale pricing and developer pricing. In some cases, off-plan resale entry may start from around 21 million dirhams, while later developer releases may start closer to 28 million dirhams, although the specifications may differ. That kind of gap can create an immediate value opportunity also because a lot of buyers entered this market from a speculative point of view. Some sellers may not be ready for future installments, which creates more pressure and more negotiation power of real buyers with liquidity. But of course, off-plan resale is not easy. It is cash heavy and choice is limited. Most developers only allow resale after a certain percentage has already been paid. On average, this can be around 40%, and for some developers like MR, it can be 50%. So, by the time you include all fees, the buyers often needs close to 50% of the total commitment ready upfront. Also, you do not get the luxury of choosing any unit you want. You are limited to what sellers are offering at that moment. So, if you are extremely specific about the view, exact plot or precise location within the community, then off-plan resale can become frustrating. The best units will often still command strong premiums, even in a weaker sentiment environment. So, to summarize, if you want to take advantage of the current market climate and find the sellers who may be willing to sell below market value, the off-plan resale space is the strongest route to explore. But you need to understand two things very clearly. First, you need significant cash upfront, and second, you need to go in with an open mind because inventory depends entirely on which sellers are available. And above all, never forget that fundamentals override everything. I would always rather buy a market value property in a very strong community than a cheap property in a weak one. Right now, buyer sentiment is down, but that does not mean that best properties are suddenly cheap. What it means is that the best opportunities are now more likely to come from seller under pressure, especially in the off-plan resale market. So, if you understand where to look, if you have liquidity and if you stay focused on quality communities, this can be a very smart window to enter Dubai real estate market. If you want to explore off-plan resale opportunities in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, feel free to reach out. This side Khilesh Joshi, signing off.